Hey guys, how you doing? This is Anthony Gray of Grayscale Painting. I'm doing another pre-recorded video. We're going to do a nice ocean scene here. Okay. The colors I'll be using will be cad yellow, cad orange, cad red, titanium white, and some black. Very simple colors. I've coated the top half of this 9x12 canvas pad canvas with a little glycerin. Wiped a lot of it off. I just need a slight amount, that's all. Very simple type of painting. Okay, we'll play around with some clouds in some sort of perspective way. Now, obviously, as you can see, it's cut into some weird formation here. All right, because there are two 9x12 sheets. So it'll be one painting, but obviously it'll be two paintings when done when I take the middle tape off. Okay, all right, let's just get a nice little coat of titanium white to kind of strengthen up the mid area here. Okay, I'll bring some of it down a little bit, but just to kind of coat it up there like that. All right, okay, we're going to probably more than likely use a lot of this yellow. The yellow will be strengthened by the white that's placed on it here. Okay, much like that. So overall, the sky will be almost like an early morning type of scene. Okay, put it on there like so. Go with the next color, which will be orange. And with the orange, I'll bring it up around in this way, something like that. Bring some of it up here. We'll throw some clouds and such in here. I'll do that much. All right, and we're gonna smooth all of this out because once again, we're gonna put clouds and things like that in here. I'll kind of do a little bit of that. Take a small amount of red, and the red will be pretty much up on top, up here. Nice little brand of fire in the sky there. And all you need really is a slight touch of red to do all of this. I'll bring the red a little further down around in this area and kind of coat it back up here on the top. Now I wiped a lot of the glycerin off of this, so when it comes time for me to really smooth all this over, it's gonna get a little tacky, but it's gonna blend a lot better. All right, now I can take this brush and do all the blending, but I'll use a softer brush to put it in there a little bit. Keep in mind about that. I want a nice blend of the yellow and the orange together. The more you blend, okay, the more it's ingrained in the material, in the paint or the canvas. The glycerin helps with that blending because it keeps the paint a little more pliable, a little wet than it would usually do. As I'm going into the yellow and the red now, okay, I won't go back into the yellow once I touch this orange and red. But once again, I'll just really smooth all of this out. Now I took a lot of glycerin off. It's still very pliable, but it's going to dry quicker. You don't want to use a lot of glycerin. A little bit of glycerin goes a very long way. Okay. And I'm just, once again, just rubbing it all on here, smoothing out the transition colors. I don't want to go into the yellow. I'll blend all of this, and then we'll do some clouds in there. All right, okay. With a mop brush, when you're done with it, clean it immediately. I'll use this guy. All right, and we're gonna just design some nice clouds in there. I'm going to use a little bit of white paint, and probably I'll mix some yellow in that white. I still want kind of a little yellow tinge in the clouds, and we're going to probably blend with this also. We'll start right from the center here, okay, and just kind of pat it in here, just like this. Establish a lot of brightness here. Okay, and then I'll kind of bring it outward. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that yellow and white once again, we'll just kind of blend it out. And get a touch of yellow, a touch of white, pop it in there. A little more white than yellow. And once again, I'll just kind of plop some clouds in there. They get a little longer, a little wider, the more you're away from the initial burst. Okay, so let's work with these right here. Now what I'm going to do is clean off the brush. I'll just use this brush to fade it, fan brush. I won't use. So what I'm going to do really is you see this? Just whisk from the left and to the right, the edges. Okay, just like so. Don't want to kill the intensity of your clouds. Just kind of let them flow. You don't want. I'm still going left and right. Just like that, left and right. Come out here. Still left and right. You paint right above the tape like the tape doesn't exist. Okay. Back in the day, this used to be called a fan blender. Because as you can see, you can blend with your fan brush. You don't need a mop brush or anything. It takes a little bit of practice. You know, once again, think about your direction. And my direction with it is primarily left and right. Okay, just like you see here, what I'm doing. And I don't want to really kill too much intensity, so. All right, let's take the same fan brush, I'm cleaning it off. Let's get a touch of orange. I'm putting it into the yellow. Orange and white. I'm getting a little bit of orange. All right. And I'm gonna throw some white in there. So different colors. All right. And we're gonna go up above and kind of pop some of those in there like this. Put some in between, just like that. Just like you see me doing. So I'm just using the orange, mixing with yellow and white. And we'll come out here, up here a little bit, just kind of tap it in there. All right, okay. And I'm just wiping the excess off of my brush on the towel I got on my lap. And we're gonna left and right, continue the left and right on the tops. We're gonna softly blend them in there. Blend it right in, left and right. Okay. I use both hands. I'm blending really the top and lower edges. And I'm still continuing with the left and right strokes. And you can kind of see all that action going on in there. Okay. All right. Let's pop a little bit of, well, we can tease a little bit of red in that, a little bit. Matter of fact, a little bit of red and white, it'll lighten the clouds a little bit. Red is a very strong color. These are a little broader. See this? Come on in here. Just like that. All right. Grab some more. It's just a touch of red and a touch of white. We already got a nice little spot of red working in there. We'll put some in there like this. Just like that. We'll keep it maybe primarily up there. We'll clean off the brush. Got a bit of paint caked on there pretty good. I'll use my big towel to rub off the excess. And once again, just like you did with others, a little left and right. I can feel the paint starting to tack up a little bit. which is cool. You just have to add a little more pressure and blend. But remember, keep with the left and right. Just like that. Down here. Really smooth out. Especially when you're in the yellow area here. I might want to mess with the tops a little more than the bottoms. But it's really, the key to it is to smooth those edges out. Blend them. Up to you how much of it you want blended. Okay. You see how it's happening there. What's going on there. Just want to get a little bit of brightness right up in here. I'm just going to pounce it a little bit there. Just to open up some brightness there. Just like that. Kind of pop it in there like so. It's mixed in with a little bit of yellow in there, but I just wanted to open that up and I'll kind of smooth out that edge a little bit. Once again, a thin layer of glycerin will help you out with that blending. Okay. Just like that. I just want to brighten this area just a little bit more. Okay. It's really your call how bright you want to do it. Up to you. Okay. I can probably throw in a few sun rays in there if I wanted to. All up in here a little bit. Which will accentuate what's done. Already, especially if the center is right here. Okay, I can probably pop in a few rays. It would look pretty neat. I would use a flat brush to do it though. So let's take our little dry brush. We'll put the ruler right there and keep it there. There's the dot. And we'll come maybe around here very lightly. Kind of brush it on here. Very lightly do it. Alright, and this, once again, it's like a dry brush fashion. Add a little bit of white to the yellow. Be very light with it. I'll do it from here. A slight little pass of rays right there, right? Alright, let's do another one. Maybe one right here, but at a different vantage point. Maybe right here. Okay. Very lightly. They don't have to be the same width. Just like that. Alright. You kind of see what's happening, what's going on with it. I'm just going into a little bit of white. Very light. Okay. Let's go this way. And we'll get a slight one going this way. Brighten it up. As you can see, some of that red goes in there, but you can make that disappear. That's all right. Okay. So you see how gradual it is. I'm gonna rinse off my brush. We'll get some more of that color going in there. I'm just wiping off my brush, going back into my titanium white. Little touch of yellow in it there. More white than yellow. We're utilizing the side of the brush. I'm gonna wipe off a lot of that paint. Okay. Let's go right about here. And we'll start it from like maybe right here. Very light. Very light. Like strokes there. You don't have to make them all the same size. Some can be a little more narrow. Okay, let's go from over here, a little narrow. So we can pop one over in this area. I'm just getting a little more paint. So I started right around in this area here. rubs there. You start seeing little things happening here. We'll put one right about there. Get a little more yellow, a little touch of white. Very light stroke. We'll get a nice, maybe a thin one up in here like this. And just use the corner brush. Wipe it a little bit. Just like that. See that? All right. We'll pop another one right up in here like that. I'll spread that one out there, like one in there like so. Okay. So you see little bits of rays happening in there. Clean off your brush fairly well. Okay. All right. Now sometimes you see the little dime mark, but that's all right. You can pat that away. Don't worry about that. See, you can make those disappear. Little dime, little circle marks there. Pat them away. It's all right. They'll finally go. More or less got a lot of that established in there. I can tap in a little white, probably a little more white and yellow. And if there's a spot in there you really don't want, maybe you want it a little brighter or something, you can cover over some of that with the white there. Rub it in there and get it up out of there a little bit. It's just a little touch of white, just make more clouds there and cover up what you really don't want to see. All right, much like that. All right. So we've established more or less our little sunlight on both sides. All right. Now, as far as the whole picture, obviously the brightness is here. Just to brighten up a few areas. Bring it downward. Okay. And then I'll just kind of scumble. Now I've got a little bit of red in my little glowing stuff. Not necessarily looking for that red, so we'll get some titanium white and we'll straighten that out a little bit. I wanted it a little more intense, but not with red all in it. So we just use the, I need a little more white. It's all right. Yellow is an extremely translucent color. All right, but as you see, the red is buried, the white returns a little bit brighter, and it's okay. You want it brighter toward the center. Just like that. Once again, toward the middle here, we'll tap in a little bit of brightness in there. We would represent where the sun is. I'm doing it right from the tape and going outward. Kind of rub that brightness around there. Just like so. Okay. That quick, that fast. All right, now we got our burst back. All right. Now, if you wanted a little more dramatic than that, you would add little bits of purple in this. You know, it's really up to you if you wanted a bright early morning type of thing like I got here, or if you want more of an evening or a sun scene. It's got a little bit of pinky purple in it. You just keep adding in, and then you add the rays afterward. All right, but I wanted mine a little bit on the brighter side. Okay, all right. Let's add a distant hill or something, since we got this tape here for our horizon line. Let's go with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange. Okay, I may want to, well, no, we'll stick with this. All right, just yellow and orange. But I want it to look really far off. All right, no water or anything. And we'll put like a little inlet right up in here somewhere. Something like that. And we'll kind of, well, just paint it in there. Like that. And we'll kind of make it kind of go into nothingness there. And we'll get those straight lines out of there. Look like, you know, kind of disappear in there. Okay. So, you know, you got a little something, something in the distance back there. I'm going to take a very soft brush and we're going to dull out. We're going to pat down a little bit. Just don't make it as bright, so we're just going to tap some of that. Pull some of that back a little bit. Just like that. You know it's there, but it's not directly in your face there. I got a little bit of staining hairs in there. Really, really distant. Things happening. I'll darken that a little bit. We'll bring some of that back. You can still at least make it look like there's a landmass back there. But it's far back. And it's far back there, distant. Super sharp. It's back there being kind of surrounded by that haze and the brightness of the sun. There we go. Something like that back there. So once again, you got a little something working its way there. We can do a little something, something on the other side, but a little darker. So it's a little bit closer to us. So I'm gonna add just a touch of red, a little bit of well, actually a lot more orange. And it's gonna bring it closer to us. All right. So we got another little inlet on the other side of the page, right up around in here. A little taller, a little more refined, and a little closer to us. Like so. And we'll bring all that downward. Try to get it nice and even there. All right. Very simple class project type of deal you can do. And you're very coyly talking about aerial perspective. Okay. Stuff in the distance kind of resemble what your background sky looks like. Okay, once again, see this inlet is a little sharper in focus. Alright, not like this one, which is further back. This one's a little darker, a little closer to us. All right, okay. But both of them are on the horizon line, but you can establish distance just by doing something like this. Okay, all right. Let's go down below. We'll just raise this up a little bit. We'll do it right about here. Okay. No glycerin or anything down there. It's pretty straightforward and dry. All right, we'll take this off. Once again, I'm messing with acrylic paint, heavy body acrylic. And there you go. Now you see how exact it is. Now you see where the horizon line is. All right. And once again, this guy is pretty much kind of the color of the initial background, that yellowish. Okay, red thing. This is more reddish orange. Even though they're on the same horizon line, this one will appear closer than that one. Got me? All right. Okay. Okay, let's play with a little bit of this water here. All right, what are we gonna do with the water? Well, let's just get some. I'll probably mess with a little bit of yellow and red for the water initially. Okay, we're gonna get our 2-inch brush. We're gonna throw a little bit of glycerin on here to make the colors flow together. All right, I'm gonna go right from the horizon line here. Right from the horizon line, go straight across the page. Right from the horizon line, as close as you can get. And then from there, just aim downward, go down a bit. Now this is like a little 9x12. These are canvas sheets, not too much area here. I'm gonna I got plenty on the brush, very little bit of glycerin is all you need, a little bit. Just to spread it around. Okay. I'm coming over here, I'm borrowing some from one half, I'm bringing it to the other. And I pretty much got the whole thing covered just that quickly. Now, glycerin once again activates and it reacts to the temperature of your room. It's pretty warm in my room here today, this morning. Okay. There. And we got pretty much what we need here. Before you put too much on, you can always wipe it off with a towel or something. Easily wipe it off that way. All right. Okay. Let's take now water won't. This water be a little different. Okay, not the traditional super bluish type of thing. All right. Well, we're gonna we'll coat all the water with yellow, and then we'll work from there. So we'll kind of coat it with a little bit of yellow right up on top. I'm gonna bring this as close as I can to that horizon line there. I'm gonna inch it closer and closer to the horizon as much as I can. All right. Come here and do the same thing. Get it as close to the horizon, as perfectly close as you can, please. Okay, close as you can. Once you get it pretty close there, then all the rest. Remember, you got glycerin, so that it's gonna paint will flow pretty easily. We're gonna kind of spread all that love down with it. Right. Just like that. Just kind of spread it down. Okay. All right, let's take a little bit of orange. We'll play around with the orange a little bit in there. Keep it at this little horizon, back and forth, horizon wise. Okay. Take a little bit of orange, we'll go on the other side. Remember, you gotta think 2 pictures. All right, you gotta think 2 separate paintings here, even though your painting is one. And as you can see, I'm rubbing in between that yellow and the orange. We'll come down here and add our orange. Okay. All right, red is a different animal. Be careful with red. Red is very powerful. Okay, and we'll kind of pop it up in here. Now red, work that red in. Work it in there, just like that. Work it in, work that red in, then go back and forth. Okay. I'm gonna bring the red downward more, this way. I'll come up here and we'll kind of clean this up a little bit. I'm pressing pretty good. I want to fade this strong. I don't want, obviously, a hard line there. Okay. Red is very strong, very powerful. So just be mindful of that as you're doing this. And this is just the initial color. The red stains, it's very strong. Okay, all right. Now I'll take a little bit of this brush that has a little bit of water, and that water will shred away glycerin just very easily. So I'm just going back and forth, smooth it out, mellow it out a little bit. Down below, it doesn't matter. I got just a little bit of water. It breaks up that red, smooths it out a little bit there. Okay, all right. So we're pretty good as far as that's concerned. All right, okay. Now we got our water more or less blocked in. Up to you what type of situation you want with your water. Really up to you. Okay. All right. I'll start to mess with a few wave-like happenings here. Let's take a very decent shaped flat brush. If you got a flat brush that can hold, a 1/2 inch brush that can hold a very decent edge, you're better off, more or less. Okay, but you got to get one that can hold a pretty sharp, that has a pretty sharp edge. All right. Once again, this is all paint, no glycerin this time. Just all paint. We're going to do the shadows. All right, we're going to start from the side. Okay. Oh, welcome. Oh, maybe around here, real tiny though, very tiny, like this. I think you guys can see what I'm doing. It's around the edges here, very tiny. Okay, and I'll bring it in only so far. We'll bring it up that far, but keep it horizontal. Flipping the brush around. As we get closer, they get a little heavier. Back here, in the back, where you see me here at the edge of the paper. All right, darken it and get some peculiar shape. They're a little heavier here. As you kind of come out, they thin out a little bit. But keep them pretty heavy. I'm getting more red, a little more yellow. Okay, and it's all paint. And this is what's represented as quote unquote the darker part of the wave here. A little heavier in color. We're getting a little closer. You can see the line weight changes a little bit. Okay. And we'll get nice little highlights and stuff happening in here. They come out a little bit more. Okay. We'll end it somewhere around in here. Like that. At least for that one. Over here on the other side, you're gonna do the same thing. Since it's darker here, I'll kind of play around with it like this. They're heavier here on the sides, kind of crisscross a little bit of it, you know, kind of bring it out there a little bit. But they're heavier down here at the edges. They're a little deeper out here. Then as we go upward into the yellow, it starts to lighten up again. I'm getting more yellow than red. I didn't take the red off my brush, it's just got more yellow in it. And it just lightens the shade a little bit. And you come on out here. And remember, keep things horizontal. Just like that. And they get a little leaner and leaner as you go on. And bring it out there a little bit. Okay. Something like that. All right. Okay, let's get a nice, I want a nice dark line of red. So we'll kind of build a wave somewhere in here. I think I'll have the wave. Let's get a little bit of white. I'll show it to you this way. Let's get a little wave working in here. Probably we'll kind of have him kind of crest up here like this. Come on across like that. All right, so that will be pretty much the top of it. Okay, all right. So we'll mess with a little bit of deep red. I'll use a whiter brush. Now that's the top. So we're gonna do all our messing around. We'll just do pretty much a deep red. I might even throw a little touch of black in there. And I did throw a tiny touch of black in that red. All right. Okay. Where we're gonna put that? We're gonna put it right around in here somewhere. I know, a little odd, a little heavy-handed, a little dark. It's all right. Mix it right in there. See, just like that. Mix it in there. All right. Bring it down a little bit there, but we'll pop it in there. go with red, just plain red. Go right up on top of that black with that red. We're gonna blend that in there. There's a little method to my madness, I promise. Okay, there is. I promise, there is. Okay. Let's get a little more red. A little touch of black in that red. Go right to the bottom. Put it right here. I know it looks a little heavy-handed, but hold on. Don't lose faith in me yet. Okay. And we're gonna lighten it up. Lighten up your strokes a little. Right up in there. Okay. Get a little bit of red. And go right back on top of that black with it. Right in here. Fade it. If you want to do one half of the page, fine. And then work on the other half, that's also fine. But kind of fade it in there, mix it. Just like that. Alright. Clean off your brush. Remember, it's got glycerin on the page. We're just doing the natural red right from the tube there. Kind of mix it right in there. Okay. Let's take a little bit of, take a little bit of yellow, titanium white. We're just gonna mix with that reddish orange we got. This is right on the top, right up here. Right up in there. If you wanna do half a page, do half a page. And we're gonna mix, we're gonna kind of blend that right into that red, just like that. All right. Okay, we're gonna go on the other side. We're gonna continue the same love right here. Right up in there. Obviously it's not bright enough. There we go. We put that reddish white up in there like that. Back and forth. All right. Don't worry, we'll brighten it up. You're gonna do a lot of back and forth to get the intensity. Go back into the yellow. Go back into a little more white. And we're gonna build that right back up on this side of the page. Right up here. Back and forth. Mix it down in there. All right. We'll be doing a lot of back and forth and a lot of cleaning because you want that color to remain more or less kind of pure. Okay. Kind of fade that in a little bit. Now let's just take yellow. Yellow is a translucent color. We're gonna just take the yellow and we're gonna kind of really put that yellow back up in there and lighten it up a little bit. Get more yellow. And strengthen that yellow right up on the tippy top right up in here. Put it right in there. Just on the top. Concentrate on that top. Okay. And we'll kind of caress some of that down below here. It's all about blending. All right. I'm just cleaning off the brush. And we got this side here. We're just kind of, well, let's just blend it away. Like that. We'll get a little white. I want to build this up a little higher, a little stronger. Right up in here. Just brighten it up a little bit. Just like that, kind of. Then we'll come down below, we'll mix that, blend that in like that. Okay. Not so much here. Here we pretty much got this all right. All right, okay. There's two ways I can go about this. I can kind of whisk the direction. I'll whisk it this way. Have it go up into the red a little bit. Like that. I'm wiping off my brush a lot. And very gently just kind of fade that out. All right. it. And we'll do the same thing, go in the same direction this way. Kind of curve it. There's really no end to it. Okay. Once again, very lightly whisk back and forth. Just blend those strokes in there, back and forth. Okay, all right. We'll go back to making those. Well, maybe we'll make them solid. Maybe we'll do something else. But we're gonna go back into our red. Maintain that darkness. Maintain some of that red. We'll go back in here and smooth that out with red. That's the glycerin with all that movement. Continue that curve. Okay. And the important thing is getting that curve in there. Get a little bit of foam happening probably on the top up here. Let's take we'll take a tinier, nice flat brush here. And we'll get a little bit of up on the top here. Kind of use the corner of the brush, and we're kind of popping a little bit of foam in here. It's just a nice little press there. A little action right up on the top of the wave. In here. Work right across. Alright. You guys can do this. Come up here. Pop it in there. And we'll be working this a few times. It's a pure titanium white. It's mixing in with the red. Wiping off my brush, and I'll kind of sprinkle in some softness in there. See this? See this side of the brush, sprinkle in some kind of color. It's mixing in with a little bit of the red, mixing in with a little bit of yellow. Don't make them even. I'll pop the red in there, like that. Let's get, I guess we can get a few motion lines in there. Let's work from the light part. Alright. You have to be careful. A larger brush would probably help in doing this. We'll kind of fade that away a little bit. Bring it down in there. Press, we give it a little curve. I'm just wiping my brush after every pass. Okay, here you can pretty much rub that away. You can always relighten that. That's all right. Go in the same direction. Okay, you can make some of that disappear. Like I said, we can go back over that, lighten that up if we need. Okay. I'm just really going from the top, going down. So we're going in reverse with some little striations. Get a little titanium white. You gotta brighten that up a little bit. It's mixing in with and you can bring some of that down in there. Get that, continue that curve like that. Bring some in a little more than others. You see how that red will contaminate in there? But you can rub that out. Okay. much red there. What you don't want is contaminate your too much with the red in there. But you're getting a consistent flow of color where I'm at here. Just with, I think I got white, a little bit of white and yellow there. Actually, I think I just got white. I just scuffled in the white there. Put it right in there. All that white in there. Continuing that curve, circular curve in there. I'm wiping off my brush. Put it right in there. A touch more white if you must. And you're going in reverse. You're adding all of that back into the wave going in the other direction. Let's take some more white from the that foam right in there. All right. Pop that foam in there. We're gonna mess with a palette knife in a second, and you can trail some of that in there. And we'll kind of get it a little higher up there. Just like that. You want some of the brighter white to kind of poke through a little bit. Bring some down here a little. Okay. And help with that curve. All of it in there a little bit. Okay. Continue it on. Get some. Don't be shy with the white here. You need something really bright. Okay. Put it in there. Out here a little bit. You need some of that intensity. Different waves, because it's peaking. It's almost ready to go over, but not quite. Okay, we'll kind of bring some of that up here a little bit. Like that. Clean off my brush. All right. Let's take a palette knife. And we'll get some misty, foamy stuff happening there. I'm gonna take my palette knife with absolutely not enough white paint. We'll get some more. You don't need too much titanium white for this. Okay. I'll spread it out. Get a nice little line across. And you can get some interesting patterns here. I'll just use the knife and go into a nice little curve there. Curve it right in there. And get those little foam lines in there. Okay. Probably a couple in here. Like that. Bring it across a little bit as you bring it downward. Come here. Really mark it up in there like that. So you got all sorts of activity, all sorts of, and continue in the same direction. Even when you're going on the other page, continue it in the same direction. Get a little more white. Really put it in there like that. I'm wiping off my palette knife as I do each one. You can kind of put some in there like this and then bring it down. Okay. All sorts of interesting things. Curve it up in there, bring it that way. All right. It depends on where you want the edge of your foam or your water to be. You can kind of put stuff right down here on the bottom if you would like. All depends on where you want the edge of the water. Mine is kind of low. I mean, you can put it in there. Okay. But in doing that, you're gonna have to whisk some of that love back up into a wave. Let's go from that, go right up in here. Get that. The important thing is really get that curve in there. Okay. Put that curve in there. Up to you. So you got all sorts of stuff going on and happening there. Rub some of that out. All right. Now we're not quite done yet because we got all that brightness back there. Let's take our palette knife, get some white, pure white, and we're gonna come up here, right where it's really bright at, all up in here, right up in that area there. And we're gonna take that palette knife with some white, pure white, okay. Nice little cut across, and we're gonna put the brightness, get some hairs out of there. Put the brightness right in the center there. Just touch it. Keep it as level as you can. You're gonna need to repeat this a number of times. All right. And keep it as horizontal as you possibly can. Trust me, it helps. Put them right in there. You just need a spot where you know the sun is. Okay, it gets a little longer as you get closer to it. I'm gonna put it in there. Put some out here, just like that. You really need that glow. And it's pretty much concentrated in the middle of the page, in here. Okay. As I'm looking at it more or less here and there, I'm gonna take a little more white and get rid of some of that dark spots in there. Just kind of get rid of some of those. Still continue the curve. I messed that package up there, but that's all right. Okay, let's take we'll create a nice little distraction. We'll take some jet black here. Lamp black. And we'll pop, well, because we need a nice little contrast, so we'll kind of pop a nice rough looking rock right in here. Something like that. And remember, it's kind of on the middle of the page, so once again you have to kind of continue to think about placement where you are on this painting. Okay. We probably will add, nah, I won't. I think that will be fine. Right now you're looking at the painting as a whole, and that's fine. All right, let's take a whiter brush with the lamp black, and we're gonna block all that in. All right, you don't need no kind of, you need the rock to be craggy, but you need to be very sharp. Or the edges gotta be very, very sharp, but you wanna really darken this. You wanna concentrate on making that rock as dark as possible. Okay, now this is where your contrast comes in with this. Okay, yes, I'm painting over right on top of the tape, it doesn't matter. Never move, don't ruin the mood or the flow of your painting just because you have tape there. Act like the tape does not exist. Alright, because if you do, that's what your painting's gonna reflect that. So paint right over that tape. Okay. And once again, you gotta still think of, you know, two paintings here. Alright, okay. So we got the rock right there, right in the middle. Okay. Alright. Just cleaning off the brush real quick. Let's let that tack up for a little while. Alright. Let's go up here. We'll add a little bit of wildlife in there. Let's take a strip liner brush, loosen it with some water. We'll use a little bit of yellow, some white, the slightest dot of red in there. Okay, and I mean a slight dot. You don't want it too reddish orange. Now I'm using water with a strip liner. All right, we'll come up here and we'll throw some gulls in here, but we're keeping it toward the yellow, so they kind of blend in with the background back there, so that it looks like they're a little ways away still. We put them in different spots, different sizes. So this is kind of a reddish yellow type of mix, but when they're like this, you can pretty much pop them in there, especially in the darker, redder part, because they'll be seen a little bit. Okay, but you don't want them really sticking out there. Make people look for them, but they're in there. Make people hunt for them. All right. Yeah, make people look for them. They're in there. The brighter you make it, the closer they'll seem to be. The darker you make them, the further away they seem to be. All right. We'll put something across the straight white. He's got a little closer to us. Put one back in there like that. Get some more white. This is just thick titanium white paint. Pop a couple in there. Nice. Maybe one a little bit closer. He's got a little bit of a wingspan on him. We'll put one around here. Just add a little bit of life to your painting. And once again, think about it as two different paintings. Follow me. Think about that. They're still two different paintings. Okay. You still got one half. You still got another half in there. All right. We're pretty close to the end of this. Let's put some over here in this sunlight there, like that, and maybe we'll put a couple in there. Maybe we have one kind of cross, like so. All right. Okay. And because I want to be difficult, we'll go into the black. Once again, it's that contrast thing. The birds that are black, put them way down here in this yellow, but make them small. And put some way in the back. One, you're making them small, group them together, have some of the wings cross each other. Got a little flock going on out here. Like that. Put them back there. All right, work on the other side, do some more. Put some down below the mountain here. Like that. They're flying at different heights. Okay. Go on up here. Now let's put a few in the back here, flying around. Got a few here playing around. Have some kind of cross. Bring some way up here in the back here. Make them smaller. They're smaller, they're pitch black, they're further back. Okay. As people look for them. Got some way up here. If I can get it. There we go. Flying sideways. Maybe you got hit with a rock or something. One in front of the wing. Okay. Let's put them back there. Let's do something with this rock here. We'll take a palette knife. We'll take a little bit of white. A little touch of black. We'll gray it out a little bit. Basic gray. Okay. And we'll throw some texture on that guy. So we'll come here and we'll just kind of And it's just me kind of popping in some interesting rock bits, little bits of texture. This gray is a little dark, and that's fine. I'm just taking my brush and once again just kind of getting some working that texture in there. A little bit of black, a little bit of white. Side here. Pop some of that love up in there, like so. It is really sad when you really truly run out of paint and you're like at the 98% mark of your painting. But I would rather do it this way than to do it and have way too much paint. Yes, I even ran out of lamp black, believe it or not. And yet this is like the final part of the painting. Kind of sad, but it happens. Don't worry about it. It happens. A little bit of black, a little bit of white, mix it real quick. Okay. Nice little swipe across and you just continue on with the party. We're going to build upon what I'm doing. It's just me just laying out a few things here. All right. I can probably kind of... No, I think I like what I see over here on this side, so this is fine too. It's all good. Let's just take just straight white. Put it out real flat. And we'll just do highlights now. So you got the we'll put it here on the top. You got texture on the around here and curve it around. You got texture on this canvas paper already. Very light, kind of maybe around the edges here. Okay, and up here like that. Straight titanium white, very simple color scheme here. Kind of dial some of that back, but much like that. Okay, now before I forget, I usually do at this stage, just quickly put my name on this. All right, nice little beach scene, got a little bit of a little wave going, different colors, obviously, the whole different thing going on here. All right. Oh, I'll throw my name over here. Now with a painting like this, I can, after I put a backing on it, of course, I can either sell it two separate ones or maybe like a diptych painting. So you space the painting, you put them next to each other, you space them a little bit. But it could be a painting like that also. All right, let's peel back the tape and let's see what we got. Once again, this is from a canvas pad. All right, it is canvas, but it's not placed on anything like cardboard or whatever. It's actually canvas paper. This is really thin half-inch tape, literally half-inch tape, very thin tape. This painting is only 9 by 12. And I did this painting, pretty much as an example how to quickly do how to do a nice little wave painting. Limited colors. Alright. Limited colors, limited type of brushes. Just something to do. I got a couple pieces of tape on the back end of this. It's not really super heavy paper or anything. As you can see, there are two different paintings. Even though I painted it as one painting, but it's two different paintings. Okay. And you can do, keep them together, or like I said, this. This right here. This on the bottom. And press it there. Or you can space them out a little bit, like right about here. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. You can see, you can space them out. Whatever, or you put one on one corner, put one on the other, have it fold toward each other. Alright. That's basically, see, your painting even kind of weird way looks larger. You can space them out even further. Okay. So your mind kind of fills in the blank spaces. Alright. But as you look at it, okay, you see, once it dries, this part of the little inlet is much further away than this guy, even though they're on the same horizon line. All about color and how you perceive it and whatnot. Okay, now the reddish black doesn't look so bad now that we put everything together. Okay, we could have put speckles in here and did more with it, but like I say, it's just an example to show you what you can do. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helps you out. Love to see your rendition of it. And